Okay, good morning, everybody. Just checking that everyone is here for today's day 3 in our Confidence and Clarity Challenge. Hello, Instagram. Hello, Facebook. I know it's a bit early, 9:30 in the summer holidays, but I hope that you've been able to catch up if you haven't been able to watch this live, because they've been sharing so much value, which I hope will be helping you. And also, I've been loving getting messages from everyone saying how they have been taking action already on some of the points from the last couple of days. I've had some great pictures of vision boards. Hello, good morning. I've had people telling me that they've been writing pages and pages of visionary work in their journals, doing some future journaling. And I've even had 2 people actually book onto my baby massage and baby yoga course because they've been sitting on the fence for a while. And after watching this video and having the confidence to kind of step up and create their vision, they've actually booked. So I'm really excited to see that these lives are having an effect, because remember, what you learn in your head is great, but it's only when you take action that you really see the results. So congratulations to everybody who's taken action as a result of the last couple of days. And I just want to celebrate you for doing that, because it's not easy. You have to shift into new patterns and routines, but you're starting the life that you want to lead. So today we are going to be talking all about growth. Hi Krista, so excited that she's got started. Yeah, I think we've got a couple of ladies here who've just started with me in the last few days. Krista, hi, and also Heidi, I think you're there as well. So welcome, so happy and excited that you've joined me. It's just amazing that you are starting on your journey teaching baby massage and yoga, so thank you. Okay, so today is all about growth. And what I want to start with by saying is that growth is completely natural and normal. In fact, everything that is alive is always growing and changing. If you think about it, if you look around in nature, if things aren't growing, even on a tiny level, they're normally dead or dormant. So there's not much happening. So change and growth is our natural state, okay? Often we become risk adverse because we've had bad experiences around change, or that change feels more safe and secure. But in essence, everything is changing all of the time. You can just see that by the fact that time passes. We can't do anything about that. You know, the sun rises and then it sets. Everything is a constant state of change. I think a great one for me to reflect on recently is aging. So my body is aging every single second. I can't do anything about that. I have to fully accept it because I cannot change it. I can't slow it down. So what is the point in trying to resist it, or trying to cover it up or not accept it, because it's happening, and it's a beautiful thing, because that means that my body is healthy and in flow. And so I embrace change and growth with a positive mindset rather than being fearful around it. And I think that's what I wanted to do today, is to help you navigate any fears you have around growth or change, because this is key to your confidence. So I'm going to go through a few points around growth that I felt useful in my business journey, and then I'm going to give you some great exercises to do as well. So as I said, growth and change is completely normal. So think about babies. When babies are born, they have to change and grow. They're changing and growing all of the time, and they just fully accept this process. Babies don't question, obviously they don't have the mental capacity to do it, but they're just caught up in the flow and experience of change, and they're really hugely reliant upon us to help them navigate those changes. And they need a full support network to be able to go from being a baby in arms to be able to crawl, to be able to like pull themselves up, and then to be able to walk, and then to be able to jump and run and write, and all of these things. So that just shows us how our innate ability is to change. And I think when we become adults, we sometimes stop wanting to change, or we don't accept change, and we also maybe just slow down our desire to learn, because a lot of people learn a lot whilst they're at school, but then as soon as they leave school, they don't actually continue to learn, to grow and develop. They just stay stuck in the status quo. And if that is making you happy, then you don't need to look any further. But if it's not making you happy, then you can always step up and change things, and that can feel really exciting and energizing, and it doesn't have to be scary. So looking at babies and their innate need to grow shows us that it's normal. Looking at nature, the way that the seasons come and go, that's nature reminding us that change and moving from one state to the other is completely natural and in flow. And even the fact that the sun rises and the sun sets every single day, there's change all around us. So if you're not embracing change, then potentially you're not allowing yourself to get into full flow with your life's potential, and you might be causing yourself to feel stuck. And what I would say is when we don't feel excited and energized about our lives, then we can feel stuck. What we want to have is that flow of energy through the body, which nourishes the body, it nourishes the mind, it nourishes the spirit. It creates good vibrations, which help to attract the right people and the right experiences into your life. So sometimes only little tiny changes can energize and excite you. That's why I love travel, because I love the fact that I book a flight to somewhere I've never been before. I don't know anyone there. I don't even know where I'm staying. I get there and I just make it up as I go along. And so to some of you, that might feel really super scary to do that. And the first time I did it, it did feel a bit scary and out of my comfort zone. But what I learned to do was trust that people in Australia are the same in England, and that I will be able to find food just like I can in England, and I will be able to find somewhere to stay, and I will be able to make all of those things happen. And it's through that trust that I managed to do this type of traveling. That's how I launched my business in different countries, and I travel across the world, is because if I want to do it and it excites me, I don't let the fear of maybe not knowing the exact blueprint or what's going to happen hold me back, because I trust in the process of change, growth and development. So look around in nature to realize that this is our natural innate state to change and grow and develop, and we can't slow it down and we can't stop it. So it's much better to surrender, trust and accept, and know that nothing is ever permanent. As I said, in terms of what you have now, anything can happen to change what you have now. So even if you feel totally happy, secure, safe, we have to be open to the fact that being attached to a particular situation can sometimes lead to real sadness and real sense of loss. Whereas if we keep our attachment to everything quite loose and fluid, it means that we can easily navigate things like disappointments, through change, when we lose things, even things really serious, difficult emotions like grief are much easier to manage when we don't have that attachment to everything being in a certain way. And a great example of this to show you about how ultimately we have no control over anything around us. So we don't have control over the environment, nature, we don't have control over people, we don't have control over situations, your job, money, nothing. A great example to show you this is, can you even control your own thoughts? Okay, so if you can't control your own thoughts in your own head, you haven't really got much of a chance of controlling anybody else, any other situation or anything that happens to you. And I always bring it back down to that. Okay, so to when we accept that we can't even truly control what we think, then the rest of it is much better to just release and let go and accept. And you can cultivate this type of mindset through practice and through when things don't go your way, rather than having a limited or blocked mindset, having a growth mindset which accepts that mistakes will happen, not everything goes right. You can always learn from something, and that you can always pick yourself up and do something different. And a growth mindset is all about trying new things and being open to learning. And a lot of really successful entrepreneurs and influential and inspirational people have a growth mindset. So I will put into the Facebook Live a little bit of information if you've never heard about growth mindset before. It's actually, there are many books, there's lots of courses you can go on it, and it's a great thing to cultivate. They're now using it in schools with children so that children don't feel that they are failing, that children know that it's okay to just try, and that you don't, you're not going to be punished if you make a mistake. It's actually in being active in the process that we learn. So if we never enter into the process, we're never going to learn, grow and change. So I'll pop that in for you. And for those of you who might feel that they have more of a fixed mindset or a blocked mindset, this kind of reading a few blogs or watching a few YouTube videos on this will really enhance and deepen your understanding of how you can change your mindset and get the growth that you want. So really it's about dropping resistance to change and allowing things to come to you. So sometimes when you are constantly grasping at something, if you imagine if you were trying to catch a little light white feather and it was in front of you, every time you reach out to grasp it, the motion of grasping actually pulls it further away. Whereas if you just stay where you are and then gently hold out your hands and just move in a graceful way towards it, hopefully you'll be able to catch it in your hands. So when we use our energy to really grasp and pull at what it is that we want, we're burning up valuable energy that we could use on other things, such as ourselves, such as our friends, our family, and our community. So when we truly trust and accept that we will receive, and we're open to receiving, then things tend to just come with a lot more ease, grace, and flow. Now, maybe that's feels a bit like, yeah, right, Gail, or yeah, that's all that kind of mumbo jumbo magic stuff. But actually, there's a lot of science behind this. And if you've ever read a book called The Secret, which isn't one of my favorite ones, if I'm totally honest, or if you've ever done any work around the law of attraction or manifesting, this is kind of, all of these books talk about the same thing. So there's a whole body of knowledge around the idea of asking for what you want and allowing yourself to receive it. Now, what I do around manifestation, because I've always felt a little bit awkward around manifestation, because I think that it can also make you want something in particular. So when you manifest something, you've already got an attachment that you want to have, for example, this particular car, and this is the answer to your problem. And so when you get this car, you're going to be happy or whatever. I tend to have a much more broader, open pattern of manifestation, where I simply say, please give me all of the opportunities that I need to grow and develop and to bring more love into the world and do my best work here. And that's how my mindset, my manifestation is. So I never try to narrow my focus down onto a specific thing. This will make me happy. This is the thing that is going to light up my life. I just literally think of myself as in service to a higher purpose or the universe or whatever you want to call it. So when you do that, then you keep yourself open to anything happening, and it's that openness and it's that surrender and it's that release that can really bring true power into your life on a personal and a professional level. That's what I've been doing anyway. There's no there's no crystal ball, there's no silver bullets, there's no fireworks or anything like that. It's just a quiet inner knowing and trust and recognition of my capabilities as a human being, and seeing myself as a creator, and knowing that I can create with everything that is around me, and that everything around me is not dead. And I'm not just sitting in it and it's just happening to me. I'm always in this state of co-creation. And that really powers you up and gives you that excitement and energy to do what you want to do. Okay, so let's have a think about what we can do then. Is this resonating with anyone? Do you want to give me a little thumbs up if you have read about any of these principles before? or you've used any of them, I'd love to hear about your experiences. Please do message me and let me know. So if you find growth uncomfortable, I want to give you some tips that you can implement in your life, just to take things nice and slow. Get some thumbs up here from Jane and Rachel. So first of all, as I said, I'm going to put a link to growth mindset, which is really important, just to be aware of. Sometimes you just need that little penny to drop. Okay, I've been working from a fixed mindset rather than a growth mindset. What can I do to just shift my mindset a little bit more in this direction? Now, growing can feel uncomfortable because you're, as it suggests, getting out of your comfort zone. So what I would suggest is actually doing micro changes. So I am not a big fan of huge kind of fanfare changes, because when you do those, you put a lot of pressure on yourself, and as human beings, it's quite hard to change your programming overnight. Like, I do know that people do incredible things like give up smoking overnight, but most of us, if your willpower is a little bit lacking, doing really big changes will just maybe rank up the fear too much, and it might paralyze you. So we don't want to do anything that is too huge. So we're going to take micro actions. So what I want you to do in the next 24 hours is do something that is a little bit out of your comfort zone, to build your confidence that nothing bad happens when you move out of your comfort zone. Okay, it might feel a little bit uncomfortable, but you're going to look back and really celebrate yourself and be really, really proud of what it is that you did. Okay, and the celebration part is truly important. You have to acknowledge that you're moving out of your comfort zone, and congratulate yourself, and tell other people, make yourself feel great about this. So the baby company said, I've been working on manifestation around my business. Great. Yeah, it's really good to work on not only a practical and emotional level in your business, but also a spiritual level as well, because we're all energetic beings, not attached to any form of particular religion, but we are energetic beings, and we're all interacting in our environment. So I think energy around your business is as important as the practical stuff as well. So, back to the micro movements that you can do, the micro movements, micro actions, the fun stuff that's going to show you that you can do anything that you want to do is maybe to just say hi to more people. So if you feel a bit socially awkward, one thing that I started to do was I just started to smile, make eye contact, and say hi to people. You know, depending where you do it, like for example, when you do it on the train in London, you get a few funny looks, but you'll see that when you reach out, make eye contact, say hi, people generally say hi back to you, and you realize that that's okay. And actually, even though you're a little bit shy or it feels a bit awkward, it's okay, nothing bad happened. You just shifted a tiny weeny bit towards being more confident in socializing or making contact with people. If you've got body confidence issues, then maybe think about getting out that dress that makes you feel like $1 million and wearing that more often. Put it on and celebrate yourself, because we're here to really, really enjoy life. Life's not supposed to be hard. Life's supposed to work with grace, ease and flow. So maybe wear that dress today and see how that feels. See if you feel any different, whether that confidence that you get from wearing that dress has an effect on the people that you meet. Maybe people give you compliments, maybe people look at you more, maybe someone stops and asks you where you got it from. Okay, so all these micro actions are really important. Maybe email somebody that you've wanted to collaborate with for a while and you've been too scared to ask them. Email them and just ask them for what you want. It's okay. They might say yes, they might say no, but you've been confident enough to reach out and want to connect. You're starting to put your energy into motion, and this is just how it begins. Okay, you might also want to just start to learn something new. You're going to do some work on the growth mindset that I mentioned to you earlier, so that can make you feel more confident because you have a deeper understanding about yourself. Or you might even want to jump in and do something like this, a Facebook Live. I know so many people find them really daunting, scary, they're not confident, but honestly, It's just sitting in front of your computer or your phone, pressing the button and sharing what you're passionate about, talking about what you love. It's no more than that. And sometimes there'll be lots of people watching, and I've done them where nobody's been watching, but it hasn't affected my excitement and energy in order to share my message. So again, go in with that mindset that you don't even need anyone to recognize what you're doing. If it makes you feel good and it energizes you and it makes you feel excited, keep doing more of that stuff, because it lifts your vibration and that has an incredible effect on all areas of your life. So that's number one. So I want everybody to do a micro action out of their comfort zone today, whatever it is that you want to do, and please message me and tell me what you've been doing. If you're on Instagram, send it over to me on a message. I can share on Insta stories. Let's celebrate ourselves for moving that tiny weeny distance out of our comfort zones. You don't have to jump into the pool with a massive, great big splash. You can stick your toe in and see how it feels and ease your way in. Using that analogy now, I generally have started to just jump in with a big splash, because I find that it's one of those sink or swim moments. So when you're really in something, then you've got to think your way out and you've got to learn a lot quicker. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is get support. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, babies don't grow and develop without support. We are there all of the time, nurturing them, loving them, guiding them, protecting them, making them feel safe and secure. So who do you have in your life right now, if you're growing, who's going to do that? Because you can't grow if you are riddled with negative thoughts, if you feel unsupported. You need to have a support system to grow. And this is one of the number one things that can stop a business reaching its full potential at whatever level. If you don't have the right team, if you don't have the right support, if you don't have the right community, it's going to feel much harder than if you do. Okay, so that's why I invest in high-level coaching and mentoring. That's why I'm part of lots of different communities, because I need that support to grow. I need to know that people have my back. I need to know that I can share. I need to know that I'll be listened to, that I'll be heard. I need to feel safe and secure, and I need that that loving, nurturing environment in order to grow. So if you don't have that, I would absolutely suggest that you go out and find it. So learning never stops and support is always needed. Okay, that's what we need. That's how we operate as human beings. So the support might be just reading a book. It could be joining a course. It could be joining one of the many free communities that we have on Facebook. You can join ours, which is the Nurture Nest. If you're interested in mother and baby wellness, you're welcome to come in over there. You can ask questions. I'm always supporting people in that group. You could look to having a coach or a mentor, which is what I do, and I support many of my students in that way. You can think about joining a paid community, whatever it is that's going to give you that support. But I promise you that investment in yourself and in that support system will carry you far. Okay. So, it's absolutely essential to your growth strategy to have the support. And one of the things that my teachers love the most about my training is our private Nurture Collective group. In that group, magic literally happens. People have manifested premises, business extensions, business partners. So much happens in that group because everyone is so seen, heard, loved, and supported. And they know that they can come to that group and get everything that they need. We've had friendships being made. We've gone on retreat together. The community is incredible and everybody talks about it and is really, really grateful for it. So community, mentorship, support, coaching, all of these things are absolutely vital to your success. And number 3 is also to trust the process. I know that I've been talking so much about this, but I think I should just write a book called Trust, because fundamentally that is what's carried me so far, personally, professionally, and in my charity work in Malawi as well, where I was completely out of my depth and just out of my comfort zone 100% of the time. Okay, but I'm still alive to tell the tale. I raised with my team over £100,000 pounds, and we're changing the lives of children and families in Malawi every day, because I chose to get out of my comfort zone, because it was too important not to, which goes back to what we were talking about yesterday with your vision and your why. So you see how this all slots together now. So trust, a great exercise in trust, again, which I'd love for you to do in the next 24 hours if you will play with me and trust me, is the biggest trust exercise you can do is to give. Okay, is to give stuff away. It could be to give money away. It could be to give your time away. It could be to give compliments. It could be to give away your love. Okay, because I believe that when you give love without any expectation, when you give without any expectation, it's one of the most powerful things that you can ever do, because you are starting the process of love and giving and that energetic exchange. And so you have to trust that when you do that, it will come back to you. Now, maybe it won't come back to you straight away, and maybe it doesn't even come back to you in the way that you thought, but keep being aware of all of these opportunities, all of these gifts that are landing on our laps every single day. Be grateful for those micro things that many people don't even have in their lives, they're not receiving. So when we give away love, then you will see that often it's returned back to you. So when we're, as parents, particularly as mothers, you give love in the hope and the trust that your baby will grow and nurture and flourish and will love you back. But there's no guarantees there. It's just an unconditional love without expectation. And look how it helps children grow and develop. And you know, you're nurturing a human being. It's an amazing thing that you're doing out there. And that comes completely from a place of trust and unconditional love. So where can you put this out into your life in other areas? So I really, really use this strategy a lot. And it's one of my number one trust strategies that allows me to develop trust in order to get on that plane to go to Australia, in order to go to things in London where I don't know anybody and just have an amazing time, in order to just spend lots of time with myself, knowing that I'm happy and at ease with myself. It comes from this strategy. So I do things like I give away lots of money to charity. I give away 10% of everything that I generate through Blossom and Berry baby massage courses to my projects in Malawi. I give to Help Refugees Choose Love. I give to other charities all around the world, and I just trust that because I'm giving, I will also receive. I receive in the pictures that I get, in the fact that I'm making a difference in the world, and you know, I've received in friendships and experiences. I give away love a lot of the time. I love my students and community. I'm constantly creating and sharing and giving to them. I don't have to do that, but guess what happens when I spend so much time looking after them? They trust me, and then when I do launch courses and I do retreats, they just sell out so quickly, because they know that I'm always working from a place of love, kindness, trust and generosity. So it always comes back to me. And in terms of my time, I do lots and lots of volunteering. I work for my charity, Love Sport Unite, completely for free. And I believe that volunteering is one of the most energizing, uplifting, fulfilling things that you can do. To be kind to someone when they're not expecting it is so powerful for you and for them. It is just, everyone, I believe, should spend some time volunteering. It's just an amazing experience. So that, all of those things, put them all together, really develops trust. So please, can you, in the next 24 hours, give something away? Time, money, energy, love, compliments, whatever it is. Let's start to trust that it will return back to us. Okay, right, so to summarize, in terms of your little exercises that you're going to do, we're going to do a micro action that makes you feel a little bit out of your comfort zone. You're going to look at how you can get support, whether it's mentorship, coaching, books, learning, online courses, communities, whatever it is that you want to do, you're going to trust that everything arrives at divine timing, and you're going to do something where you're giving away love, time, money, compliments from a place of no expectation, and you're being open to receive whatever arises out of that. And it could be, you know, so you could give someone a compliment or give someone eye contact and they don't want to make eye contact with you. But again, when you have a growth mindset, you're not going to take that personally. You're just going to think, oh, okay, so some people don't like having eye contact. Let me try it with somebody else and see what happens there, rather than just going, oh, that didn't work. Okay, so it's being flexible and fluid around all of these ideas. And remembering that there is no wrong or right answer, there's no shoulds, there's no needs. It's all about you and alignment, okay? So I hope you've enjoyed watching this today. I've been loving getting your messages. Do leave me a message and let me know if this is useful to you. As I mentioned about community, you can pop over and join the Blossom and Berry Nurture Nest, not the Nurture Collective, that's my private group. So you can join that, and that's for free, and I'm happy to support anybody regardless of your business background, your training background in there. You can get some books, you can just feel like you're going to learn and grow and expand in some way today, and I just want to know how you've been getting on with all of that. So we've got Heidi saying your positivity is so refreshing. Oh, thank you. I am very passionate about sharing this message, and it really lifts me up and energizes me that you're receiving this right now. So thank you very much. And Rachel is saying thank you as well. That's amazing. So see you tomorrow, 9:30, getting more towards the end of our challenge now. We're going to be looking at positivity tomorrow, having a positive mindset, which is, as Heidi just said, really refreshing and energizing for other people. It really brings actions into reality. And then on the last day, we're going to be looking at how to make no-lose solutions and being confident when you say yes, it is the right decision, and not procrastinating around that. So I'm going to put this video onto YouTube so that you can check it out a little bit later there if you want to. If you want to watch it again, you can always look at the replay again on Facebook Live. It's going out on my email, so if you want to join my email list, you can pop it over to my website. If you have any questions, you can pop them over to me as well. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to help. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay. Goodbye, Instagram. And hi, Tina. Hope you can catch up on the rest of the session later. See you later. Bye.